what I want to talk to you about is paying attention to what you focus on. So there is this old philosopher, I think Greek philosopher, or maybe it was Roman. Oh, I'm screwing this up. Let me start over. How do you say this? Epic. I said it a moment ago.
Epicurus?
Yes. Say it again.
I think it's Epicurus.
Epicurus? No, it's epic. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's start over.
Serious?
Let's start over. So I want to talk to you about paying attention what you focus on. There was a philosopher way back when whose expression was, you become what you give your attention to. You become what you give your attention to. Now, I used to say it a different way. I used to say in my seminars, you become what you think of the most. But I stopped saying that because I had a guy get upset and he raised his hand and said, does that mean I'm going to become a woman? I said, no, that's not what that means. But okay, what you think of the most, what your attention is on the most is what you become. You get attracted, you go towards that. It's kind of like, I guess, like moths being attracted to light, to flames, or if you've ever stood on a ledge or somewhere high on a terrace and you're looking down, it's almost like you're afraid you're going to fall, like it's almost drawing you to that. Or I'm guilty of this when I'm driving my car, because I eat, sleep, and drink real estate. So my wife yells at me all the time because while we're driving, unfortunately, I'm looking more on the side of the road than I am in front of me, because I'm looking at the stores and I'm looking at the for sale signs or the for the rent signs and businesses. And sometimes I'll sway because wherever I'm looking, that's where I'll bring the car. So these are just some examples of when we focus on something, we're drawn to that. We go to that thing. So my question for you this week is, what are you going to give your attention to today? What are you going to give your attention to this week? You know, if you have any upsets in your life, or you're having an upset with an individual, and if you're focusing on that upset and you're thinking about that individual and the upset, the argument, and you're going to start, that's going to eat at you. It's going to distract you. It's going to take you away from your real goals and your real purpose. So I think we got to pay real attention, close attention to the things that we are paying attention to. I'll tell you a story about my son. My son, for the first time when he was really young, we were sending him to what was called super camp. It was at a college during the summer, Brown University. They had this thing called super camp. And what it does is it teaches high school kids on how to be better students, how to study better, how to read better, how to understand the assignments so they can do better in high school, and actually it prepares them for college. So they teach them college level strategies as a high school student to be a better high school student. Anyway, so the super camp, you go away for a couple of months. It's the first time my son was going away for that amount of time. And so he was a little nervous, what that was going to be like, and making friends and all that stuff. So when we were having this conversation with him, we were standing in 7-Eleven, and I said, Michael, let me show you something. And I asked my son to look around the store and make a mental note of everything in the store that was red. So if the packaging had red, there was red lettering. So make a mental note, look around the store, which he did. And then after about 30 seconds of that, I said, all right, close your eyes. And I want you to now tell me everything in the store that's black. And my son said, I can't, because you told me to focus on the other color. I said, that's my point, Michael. Whatever you focus on, that's what's going to show up in your world. Whatever you focus on, that's all that you're going to see. And if you're focusing on something negative, whether it's an upset in a relationship, a deal that fell through, your own self-persecution because you're not where you want to be, and so you beat yourself up. Like whatever you're focusing on, that's all that's going to show up for you in your world. So let's pay attention today and this week and ask yourself the question, what am I going to focus on today? Where am I going to place my attention on today? And I think if you do that, you'll be more cognitive or more aware of the things that are supportive of you, and that's going to get you to the next level versus things that are robbing you of your joy. I hope that helped you, whoever needed it. Please stay safe, stay focused this week, and of course, don't forget to keep smiling.